Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
This is episode 64. It's Mardi Gras, bitches. It is actually. Do you know that Mardi Gras stands for? It's the word Fat Tuesday in French.
I knew that.
I didn't know that. I
knew that.
So I want to. We need to welcome. We have a new subscriber. This was like 97. We have a new subscriber. Z Sloth Life, I believe, is the username. So welcome. And that's always exciting. I can, if I see it, I can get notifications. Look, I don't understand the world of fucking YouTube. I mean, I watch it like the other day to cut my hair. I cut my hair. I was talking about it. It's not bad. It's a little blunt. It's not bad.
No.
I mean, it's
even at least.
It's because it's at an angle. So it kind of like goes like this into the back. I gotta fix this a little bit. So today I was fixing it this morning because I cut it the other day, as you knew.
You have to have a flat shirt on so your hair.
I didn't have any fucking shirt on, for Christ's sake. I mean, it stood there out of the shower.
Okay.
And then this side was a little bit longer, so I was like snipping. And then after I got it dried and I straightened it, to dry it, flattened it. And I was looking at the back, and it had this like little tail. Because it comes to, depending on how you cut it.
Right.
You can either like straight across, you can cut it, and it kind of comes into like a V in the back, which is normally how I have it because I can't get the angles right. So like the girl on the YouTube, like, turn it at a 45-degree angle. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what a 45-degree
right.
angle
I'm like, whatever.
is.
I'm gonna just fucking cut it and see if it's straight, on either side.
I know what a 90-degree is, but I don't know anything else.
So, but then I had this like little piece that was like way longer. I just pulled that fucker around and hacked it off. It's like, oh my God. So I had an appointment this morning. I walked in. I'm like, can you look at the back of my hair? I'm like, does it look okay? And I was like, yeah, it
this
looks
is
good.
a non-hair cutting appointment.
Right, I know, but she's super cool. So she's like, yeah, it's not bad. She goes, you have a little piece. I'm like, I know, right? She's like, I have some desk scissors. Do you want me to go get them? I'm like, okay, no. I'm like, forget it. I'm like, I'll go get it, like,
oh Lord,
evened out. But so it is Mardi Gras,
Fat Tuesday,
and it's your birthday. I mean, it's not Fat Tuesday until next week, but it is we're heading into the end of Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
It's coming to a close. And I was trying to do like, I knew that it ended like Fat Tuesday, which now I know Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday. I did not know that. I don't know French. But I know that it ended with Fat Tuesday and then it's Lent would start. So yeah. I knew that part of it. But what I did not know is that it starts the whole carnival season on January 6th. I didn't realize it started that early.
Yeah, is that just for tourists, though? I mean, I think it's for tourists. There's no, like...
No, I don't know. So I went one year.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to dig these back out.
Oh, my God.
Dig these back out. Yes, if you're new and you didn't hear the story last year, I encourage you to go back. I did earn them. As my friend that was with me said, it was more of a display than it was a flash.
Oh,
so
my God.
I wear these, and we have Gladys back here. We're not going to touch her because she needs to be repaired. She has her Mardi Gras outfit on, and Mom got me some paste to help fix her where she's all knocked about, but I couldn't open the fucking jar of paste. Someone else apparently had opened it prior to Mom getting it, and then it was like glued. I could see paste up under it.
Oh.
I got a butter knife
so
out.
is it used?
What did I do with that butter knife? Oh. And I was trying to dig out. Yeah, so
is it
fucking
used?
orders. Yeah, so I put it back in the bag with the receipt for Mom, and I ordered new, and it'll be here today. And in the meantime, Gladys now has a friend. This is Gladys Goosemeyer, if you missed it last week. And now Gertrude, because Mom was at Joann's. And also, so it's this whole like porch goose thing. It's a thing. I ordered the outfits on Amazon, which I feel kind of bad because there are people on Etsy that are selling like some pimp outfits and they hand make them. But like, look, I wanted it now. So I went with Amazon because, one day delivery.
What are they termed on Amazon? Like, what do you Google on Amazon?
Porch goose. Fucking look it up and you won't believe what comes
God.
up. They have Miles Kimball plastic ones, which you can fill with sand. And then they have, this was from Joann's, which, look, really in retrospect, just get the fucking plastic one because it's not all shitted up. You don't have to fucking, shellac it with paint. And then I also have to paint over it because it looks like a goddamn third grader did it.
Wow.
And so, Mom got me I said, get me orange. And I got a nice dark orange, bright orange for the beak. And, my neck hurts when I turn that way. Anyway, so Gladys Goosemeyer has on her outfit. Gertrude is inside in her St. Patrick's Day dress.
Oh.
And then I was like, well, now I'm going to have to fucking order like multiple outfits.
No.
So they both have to have one. I mean, Mardi Gras is over on Tuesday. And so then what's she gonna wear? Then I gotta put her something. I guess I could put her in Easter, since I have 3 Easter
Easter,
outfits.
spring, same thing.
I got a smudge here. I got a smudge. So
Easter,
I'm wearing
spring, same thing.
some spring colors. So look, that's all fucking springy. Isn't that nice? Update on Land's End. That heart sweater finally went on sale, 40% off.
This is my tennis sweater.
It's so fucking preppy. I love it.
I know.
So
I love
preppy.
it. It's on like the front of all their catalogs. I had to get it.
I know. I can't do zip. I don't do zip. I don't do ties. No. I mean, this cowl neck. I have a hell of a time. Let me take these off for a minute. Ooh,
this needs to shrink. Like it's really
well, you
big.
can wear something under it. The cowl neck. I mean, I was like, you just have to like put it on and like let it like land.
When I was
like,
young,
I can't. Like,
I always thought it was a cow neck. It's a cowl neck.
I can't.
There, it's fine.
It just the way I don't know the way there's a seam. Like, where's the seam go? Is it supposed to be like? Is it supposed to be like this?
Yeah, I think so. Just leave it.
I mean, Christ. Okay, look. Okay. Transitioning out of February into March. March 1st is this week. Oh, look here.
No.
Oh, speaking of hater things.
No.
Hater things. We were talking. It's your birthday. Your birthday.
I'm not wearing it right there.
We'll put it on. We'll pull the other side back. We'll put it right on top. So we were talking over the weekend. There you go. It's like you've been to Mardi Gras. Christ.
Which I've never been to Mardi Gras. And when I was in college, in my apartment, all my roommates went, and I didn't get to go because I had to work.
Well, if you've never been, I would say, I mean, I had a hellish good time. I had a hellish good time until I didn't have a hellish good time. My friend was there for work, and it was right around my birthday.
Oh, this wasn't in college.
No, it was like my 30th birthday. So it was my BJ days before Joe. So before Joe, and my friend was like, I'm going to fly you down for your birthday. I already have the hotel for work, so just come down. And we did like the touristy stuff. You know, we went and we had like the food that you're supposed to. I had like the best food of my life while I was there. I mean, like, fuck, the food is so good. Oh, sorry.
A little jambalaya?
I don't even know if I had jambalaya. I had like all the other things. Disclosure here, or warning.
Swears.
Or whatever. What's it called?
Swears.
We fucking swear. So if you're new and you don't like it, I mean, I've been under control now for the first few minutes, but as soon as I throw out the first F-bomb, I remember. So look, if you don't like swears and all the rude things, go away.
There's my hat.
Thank you for tuning in, but we don't need you. Please don't stay and do not tell us if you don't like it. I love your little birthday hat. I have 2 birthday prizes here for you. I was wrapping because I don't have.
My birthday's not till March 1st.
I know. I have 2 more for you. Want to open one today? You can open one on the air.
I guess.
Oh, I was gonna do a beer today and I forgot.
Oh God.
I don't
well, it
have
is warm
one
and sunny
here.
out.
I know.
I
have blood work done tomorrow morning.
I don't feel
so
like having it all over me.
Well, I have to put on my. I figured out. I'm gonna put on my
rain
thing,
jacket.
My thing that I got when I color my hair, I put the thing on the plastic thing like you have at the hair salon, so I don't get it like all over me because usually it's like all over my shoulders.
Yeah.
Which also the reason why I cut my hair was because I have to color it and I don't want to color all that extra like hair and it starts to get really just like ombre-ish because it starts to get darker and darker.
I told you I would pay for a haircut.
But I just did a fine job.
I know, but I pay for a haircut and like
Tori, I know you have a lot going on right now, Tori, so I know you might not be watching, but look, Tori, it's
not
bad.
And I'll pay for a color job.
All right, then pay for it. I've got a lot going on. I want to shell out the money for that. That's like clothes. That's like a night out. Like all the things I got paid for instead of getting my hair done, just fucking cut it myself. Saving us money all the way around.
I have to get my hair colored every 4 weeks now. Every 4 weeks I got to get it colored.
I'm starting to get a little
hostile about it.
Hostile is the word.
Do you know how much money that is?
It's a lot of fucking money.
And I only have a single process done.
Go someplace cheaper.
Like these women that go in with the highlights, lowlights, and everything.
I'm like, right? And I was looking at old pictures of my hair where I was getting it highlighted for a while. I don't look good with blonde hair, like blondish hair. Like,
well, I know that they try to make your hair color lighter when you have a lot of gray, i.e. myself, because I'm 100% gray, not even salt and pepper. So they try to take it lighter
white.
So that you don't have the big, skunk. But I don't want my hair lighter. I mean, not to make me blonde, but they make it.
I went cold.
Ew. They make it lighter because it's easier to hide the gray, but
you're not hiding anything right now.
No, I know.
And my hair grows fast, which I'm thankful for because especially after I hacked it all off and I'm like, oh shit, did I want to do that? And I actually thought about getting it a little bit shorter, but I think this is a good length.
I don't think you'll like it if it's really short.
I'm gonna leave it be now for a little while, but I mean, it was like down to like here. I mean, like I cut like a huge when it was around my shoulder, it was like to like here. So I cut like a huge portion off. I mean, I literally just pulled it like, I'm like, anyway, I'm like all over the place.
Speaking of hair, I have something.
Oh, well, speaking of hair, reminds me because it rhymes with care, and this is what I'm going to tell you over the weekend. If there is a Care Bear with a black heart on it, please let me know because I have to get it for her. She was talking about strawberry shortcake, how it's coming back, and I'm like, it's been
I never
back.
had a strawberry shortcake. It was your and
It was
Tracy's.
more of my generation.
Yes.
We're 7 years apart. So it was more Care Bears and strawberry shortcake and more my thing.
And those fuckers
And the
still
pound
smell.
puppy.
In Mom's attic, you know that's
still
some
smell.
bad,
Whatever.
harmful
I love them.
environmental
Blueberry muffins.
smell.
I love my strawberry shortcakes.
They still smell.
There was the peach one. Anyway.
Peach,
look.
strawberry,
And the
blueberry.
Smurfs were you and me.
Yeah.
But so she's talking about the strawberry shortcake. And I'm like, oh my God, Care Bears are back. I love the Care Bears. Hater of things. I hate Care Bears. I hate fucking Care Bears.
Strawberry shortcake isn't as babyish
So
as
I
the
need
Care
a
Bears.
Care Bear. I'm gonna buy one and just have Mom like applique a fucking black heart over top of it because that and I'm gonna. It's called the Hater of Things Care Bear.
I don't
the I don't care bear.
I don't really have a black heart. People will tell you I'm very friendly and
You're the hater of things.
giving. I'm not the hater of things. Just
I can't open this.
just some things.
Okay,
Like things that inconvenience me.
like Care Bears, hater of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do, like, as an adult, like, I might get, I don't know. I don't want to, like, Care Bears just to me, because it looks like a teddy bear, it just looks very baby-ish to me.
What the fuck do you think strawberry shortcake is?
Yeah, but that's like a little doll, kind of.
Versus a okay.
Does Mom still have yours in the attic?
Yeah.
Those suckers smell. I mean, it has got
They're
to
not
be
in
harmful.
the attic. They're downstairs in the old toy bin that she uses as a coffee table.
Yeah, it's got to be
But you have to
harmful,
be
those
careful. 'Cause I'm
smells.
pretty sure you splinter yourself when you touch that fucker.
Oh,
The old wooden one, yeah.
well, our great-grandfather made that. And it's been through the war. You and Tracy used to put the dress-up clothes in there.
She used to lock me in it.
But how did you lock it? There's no latch.
Because she would tell me to get in, and I'm gullible,
There's
and I
no
would get in, and she would
latch.
sit on it.
There's no...
And then you try getting out of it, and then every once in a while, I would get her in there, and then I would fucking sit on it, and then, and we never learned. Bitches never learn.
You had some great dresses and the shoes that Grandma gave you.
Yeah, I was back. I could wear
And the
high
hats.
heels that were too big for me when I was 5 than I can now. I can't wear a fucking high heel.
You had those red. I called them the ruby slippers, although they didn't have glitter or
Someone's
anything
red.
on them.
Were they moms or grandmas? A pair
They
of
were
red high
grandmas.
heels.
They were
I
grandmas.
clomped the fuck around in those things.
You did, and the big hat, and you had like some ugly satchel on your arm.
I always
purse.
had a satchel, right?
Yeah.
Here's me this morning before my appointment. I went to leave. I'm like, fuck, I can't be carrying. I still have my purse with the heart on it. I'm like, Valentine's Day is over. I need it. So I quickly.
Do you have one with a clover on it?
I have a bright green one, like a Kelly green one. I used it for over Christmas because it went really well with my red coat. So I found $1 in it yesterday. I was so excited. You know,
Bingo.
Right? I have to go buy a lotto ticket with it.
Bingo.
$1 ticket. So what are you gonna say about hair?
Oh, okay. So on the news, there is this Colombian gentleman that was trying to board a flight from Cartagena, Colombia, to Amsterdam, and he got pulled over because he was hiding $10,000 worth of cocaine in his toupee.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
So it shows them clipping
Oh my God.
the toupee because
Would the dog sniff it out? How'd they figure that out?
I don't know. It didn't say. But
Fascinating.
$10,000 worth of cocaine. So, but here's the thing.
It's safer than a balloon in your ass.
So this is all of his hair. It was like a close, like sort of a, cut. It wasn't long hair. And then as they're peeling this off, as they're cutting this off, you see him snipping it. I don't know how did he like weave it on or something, but he had no hair. Like he shaved his hair underneath to
Fascinating.
put the toupee on. That just
that
happened.
is genius.
And then
Well-
it was like in little packs, like that. I was
Yeah,
like,
so it doesn't go to
I think
shit.
he's in a little trouble.
Well, did we talk about? So remember, like a few months ago, there was the person with the animal costume, the furry, the furry, and that was full of meth.
Oh yeah.
Like it was soaked in meth. And the guy got like pulled over at a line or whatever happens to you, like a cavity check. I don't know. Like, but I mean, like he like soaked the fucking furry costume in.
If they don't have the
In
dog,
meth.
if they don't have the dogs there, how do they know? Like, if there had to be a dog there, because otherwise, how do you know? Like, I don't know what meth smells like. So, I mean,
I didn't know what the meth smells like either. Although I have smelled crack and it stinks.
Well, maybe that's it.
I did
I
not
don't know.
smoke the crack. I did not smoke the crack. None of my friends smoked the crack, but I have smelled crack and it stinks.
anyhow, I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
Cutting the toupee off.
Speaking of crack, I learned a new term.
A crack whore?
No, I know that term. She's crackers. like she's nuts.
Is it British?
We're watching Vera.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And so she's crackers. And I was just, so I'm like, I had to write that down because I have to remember that one. All the terms to say you're crazy, they have all the good terms.
We should start to make a list. Why is crackers?
She's crackers. Like she's cracked up. She's nuts. And Sarah Henry, I know Sarah because we met on vacation. And there was this lunatic girl that was following her around, her husband around. And she was talking about her. And she's like, she's mad as a fucking hatter. She's, what was the other one? There was mad as a fucking hatter. Barking. She's barking as the day is long, she said. And I died. And Sarah, you're Scottish, right? Live in Scotland. In those terms, like, I love, like, we just say, like, the person's fucking cray. Bitches be cray. But meanwhile, crackers, barking as the day is long.
I like that one.
I mean, these are good terms.
Mad as a Mad Hatter.
Mad as a fucking
Hatter.
I
like the Mad Hatter, though.
I like the Mad Hatter one.
That's my favorite character. Alice in Wonderland's making a comeback.
I'm not
like
watching
a resurgence. No, there's like a resurgence.
It's the drugs.
Like, you know, they have all the little knick-knack stuff. You go into like the paper store, stationery store, the bookstore. It's making I don't know why it's making a comeback. And Snow White, they just redid Snow White.
Was my favorite.
That was the first Disney movie.
Evil Witch. I love the evil witch in that one. She was my favorite witch.
A little bit of history. That was Disney's first movie. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But they're doing it's not cartoon anymore. It is like real people.
Oh.
But like
Polar Express or like no?
A little, it's like Polar Express a little bit. Snow White looks more real than like Tom Hanks did in Polar Express.
I won't
do
it.
But I almost called them Smurfs. The elves, what are they? Dwarfs,
elves.
The seven dwarves are they look animated a little bit, not like cartoonish, but 100%, but
I like
not
the
real
cartoon.
100%.
I won't stray from that.
Yeah, I like the original.
It's my favorite. I did like Maleficent though. I did like Maleficent.
Angelina Jolie. She had some cheekbones.
They did.
I know, but she's really
cosmetically.
She's uber skinny. Anyhow, it's not good.
Sunk her fucking face. Face. Yeah. Ow,
why'd they have to do that? Like Maleficent didn't need to look like that.
Well, Maleficent didn't start out being an asshole either, but she was like,
well, no.
like most people in life, you start out being fucking nice, and then people turn you over to the other side, and then you be fucking asshole.
I like the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz, but I'll tell you something. Those flying monkeys, no
fuck those flying
way.
Monkeys.
Flying fucking monkeys. That still scares me. But the witch didn't deserve to die.
I have to go back and watch Wicked. I saw it like the.
I never saw Wicked.
Like the Broadway.
I never saw Wicked.
Right now, it's available for $19.99 to rent or buy on cable, which I'm not about to do.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, and obviously the play was really good. I heard musical, whatever. But like, why did we have to go there?
Well, I might have to rewatch the musical.
Why did we have to have a precursor?
I don't know. Everything's redone, but I can't. Didn't they redo Mary Poppins for Christ's sake?
Yeah.
Again, I won't do that. Joe and I watched Mary Poppins last spring after my back surgery because we decided like we're gonna pick a movie that the other one hadn't seen. So I picked Mary Poppins, which he found enjoyable.
I love
and
Mary Poppins.
And he picked Full Metal Jacket, which I found enjoyable until the end, and then to like halfway through, and then it took a very dark turn that I was not expecting. Excuse me. And then I was like, whoa, dark turn here, dark turn, yeah. Let me think. What else is new this week? We didn't watch any new movies this week. We're still watching Vera. Vera is like, it's like it's like the comfort of like Murder, She Wrote, only she's British, and there's a lot of fun language and fun words.
Well, wasn't
but it has like that same comfort, only she doesn't end it smiling and waving like Murder, She Wrote.
Who was the woman that Angela Lansbury? She's English. It's not an English show, I get it, but she's British.
But she wasn't. She played a main character.
I know.
She played she was from the country. Christ, the fucking state of Maine.
Right. She, Angela Lansbury was in one of my favorite movies when I was in elementary school. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
I was so little when I saw it. I don't remember
my third grade teacher read it to us. She used to come back
fun.
She used to come back from lunch, and we'd sit at her desk.
That was my favorite time of day.
She would read to us.
I love a good read aloud.
And Mrs. Young God rest her soul, because she passed away several years ago. But Celeste Young read to us, here are my favorite books from elementary school, but they've stayed my favorite. Like, she literally transported.
It was not Lord of the Flies that came, that came along.
That was in 10th grade, Mrs. Gentry. But these books, when she would read to us after lunch, like, she was such a good. She had such a good voice, and it just like transported you to really like this land of make believe. So, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
You know, I just read that like 10 years ago.
Loved it.
It's a good book.
But the way
How did I
she
not
read
that when I was younger?
Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim.
That was good.
Okay, so we're talking like 1979. She read these to us. It was so
Did
good.
they make it into a movie?
They did make it into a movie. Then Wednesday Witch, which was really good.
I have that upstairs.
It's hard to get, like, you can't get that.
I got it a few years ago.
By Ruth Chu. I'll never forget it.
I have it upstairs in my collection, and I found it online. I probably paid a pretty penny for it. But when I left my teaching job and left my entire library of probably like $10,000 worth of books that I had to purchase on my own, I gifted them to my fellow teachers and my friends and said, take what you want. But that was probably in them because I used to have it, and then I didn't have it anymore. So
that's a bummer.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. I love Wednesday Witch. I might have to
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. And what was another one?
I didn't realize it was a book.
What was the other? The Chronicles of Narnia are, I think, like 6 books or something.
I have them upstairs.
Yeah. So she read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Dust, which was the first one, and she got all of us hooked. Like, there were fights in the library.
I don't know why
to try and get out the next ones.
Younger.
But she read us, I think, the 3rd book in the series. She didn't read all of them. She read us Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then I think the 3rd one. I can't remember what the 3rd one was named, but it was really good, and that's where my love of reading started. She also read us Charlotte's Web early on, like in 3rd grade.
Oh my God! And my favorite, when I was teaching, 2nd grade. Sorry, the carbonated water makes me burp. I apologize. I'll try to keep it under control, but one might sneak ahead of me, and you might just get to hear it. Ooh. We did a thing with Charlotte's Web, like a whole like
unit.
Thank you.
Okay.
Unit.
When you were in school, or you taught it?
I taught it. I did a whole unit on Charlotte's Web.
I mean, it takes a dark turn too.
Well, it does.
Why does something have to die all the time?
And that is where I think that's what started my love of books, was the cartoon movie. I mean, that came out probably before. I probably saw that before I read the book because.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was little. And you had a stuffed pig that I tried to commandeer. Try to take. Look, with the big words. I can't with the big words.
Anyhow, that's where my love of reading came, and she really transported us as she was reading. I mean, we would tell her to keep going and not to waste time. What's wrong?
I was reading to see if you're it says sup. Like, what's up? Sup?
Oh yeah, mine says sup. At any rate, it was just it was good. It was good. Oh, eggs. So the cost of eggs are up. We all know that, but now
bird flu. There's a case of bird flu that went to a cow. And then they had to, because it transports to other animals and human beings. So then they had to quarantine the farm. I want to say it was in Arizona.
Well, it's just horrible. So eggs are up 96% in cost from last year this time, which I find hard to believe. I would think it would be way more. But maybe it's the scalpers that... So anyhow.
Is there another truckload stolen?
No. But...
Is this like worldwide, or is this just in the United States?
I don't know. It's a good question. They're only talking about the United States.
Sarah, you gotta let us know, Sarah.
So...
What are the cost of eggs in Scotland?
The other thing is that stores are now selling Lucy's. As in a loose egg.
Like a stray egg?
Yeah, but it's not stray. You go up and you can order just 3, and they put them they're in a little bag, like a plastic bag, and they give you 3.
Wow.
They're raw, I mean.
Well, so the cost of eggs is up, right? But at BJ's last week... Excuse me.
Boy.
That would have been a big one. At BJ's last week, I ordered a Eggland's Best hard-boiled eggs. I like to get the bag. Yes, I pay to have them already hard-boiled and already peeled, because if you want to see me stroke the fuck out, you watch me try to fucking peel a hard-boiled egg, and then half the fucker goes in, and they're too expensive to waste.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Well, the bag, it's either 10 or 12
You want to see dad rage, but it's the fresh eggs.
If dad knew what I paid for a fucking thing of... You have to peel them right away.
Right. But it's also fresh eggs are really hard to peel.
So look, and I do it the Martha Stewart way. At 48 years old, I still have to fucking Google it each time. To see
I do.
how
I
it.
Google.
I used to call every time, and then Dad was like, "But I've told you how to do this. I'm not fucking writing it down. Tell me how to do
There's
it."
no need
and
for a recipe
now
card
I just
on
Google
this.
it.
Yeah,
quick.
just Google it.
You put the eggs. Martha Stewart was you put the eggs in, you bring it to a boil. As soon as you bring it to a boil, you take it off and let it sit
For 14
I'm going to
minutes.
say covered. I think
Yes.
it's 12.
It's depending upon how you want the eggs.
And then you cool them. You cool them under running water or an ice bath. But I paid the same amount. The bag of hard-boiled eggs, I believe, used to be $4.99. It might have been $3.99, but it's still $4.99, and they're already fucking cooked and peeled. I mean, they're in like a little they're in like a
plastic bag.
They're in a plastic bag and it's sealed, and they come with something
water.
Some kind of there's like water in there, but it's
sodium
probably
something.
right. It's something to keep them from. I mean, I rinse them off before we eat them.
It's sodium something.
But look, I'll make a little egg salad.
Yeah. So that price has gone up, but they're selling Lucy's, which I found interesting. That's what they're calling them.
It is interesting.
And people are stealing eggs.
Well, they were stealing truckloads.
No,
of
but
them.
like out of the store now. That's like a big thing. And like
they're gonna have to do like they do with baby formula and cigarettes and fucking lock it up.
Well, some
up the
people
egg.
have.
The eggs are gonna now be with the cigarettes and the baby formula.
But like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're stealing eggs. Where are you storing the eggs? Like, if I'm stealing dozens, where am I storing them?
Well, either people with large families might really eat a lot of them. I don't know. Look, we have a thing of eggs in there. Have been there like because I talk to people and they've told me the dates on the packaging from the grocery store are a suggestion to keep the grocery store and the people the makers of the food
right,
so that you can come back and sue them if you get sick or some shit. I mean, look, like we talked about before, like we have stomachs made of steel. I will eat those eggs 2-3 months past that expiration date. They're fine.
I won't.
I'm cooking them.
When we lived in South America, here's a trivia thing for you. This is in the late 90s. You go to the grocery store. The grocery store's name was Humbo with a J, Jumbo, but they called it Humbo. It never made sense to me. They have.
Because that's how they pronounce the J sound.
I know.
Like Jorge.
I like that. So all of their eggs are not refrigerated. They're in cartons and they're like on an end cap or whatever. Boom. You don't refrigerate them.
Didn't you
And
say
they
that we're
last.
getting... Who's sending us eggs? Some other country is sending us eggs.
I saw that on the
Turkish
news.
eggs.
Turkey
eggs.
is sending us eggs. I don't know why, but they're sending us eggs. I mean, maybe they're in a surplus. I don't know.
Speaking of food, can I switch gears?
Yeah.
So food-wise, okay. So first of all, I went to a produce market nearby who gets their produce from, I don't know if it's their own farm, and I know the one owner, so I'm going to have to ask him. He works out at the same personal training place that I work out at. So next time I see him, I haven't seen him in a while, I'm going to have to ask him. So the produce from there, I went there
It's
on...
fresh.
Oh, my ear's ringing. I have that thing Mom has. Is it tinnitus or some
Yeah.
shit? That's annoying. Fuck. It was loud today too. Fuck. So
The noise in my head.
Right? It's like, right? The bats. So I went on February 3rd because I had a doctor's appointment, and then on the way home I stopped there and bought produce. Today is February 26th, and the peppers that I have are still good. Like, I checked them yesterday, and they're not wrinkly or anything. I mean, I have them in the crisper. I had to throw away the bag of kale because also I went there before we found out that Joe was going to... I mean, I had a plan. Like, I tend to overbuy the produce when I'm there because it's so much cheaper than the grocery store usually, but it lasts so much longer.
Right.
I mean, February 3rd, I bought the produce. We ate the last of the cucumbers last, like, Wednesday or Thursday. It was still firm. But I bought a kabocha, I think it's called kabocha squash. It is a Japanese pumpkin, and it's shaped
Flat?
it's shaped like a flat pumpkin. It's like this shape.
Isn't it green?
And it's green. So I had a couple recipes that called for it previously, and then they didn't have it when I was trying to find one, like last month. And so I bought a butternut squash, which I love, but it's a lot higher in carbs. So I switched it out for the recipe, but then I found the kabocha squash. I couldn't find it anywhere, and found it at that produce market that day. And the thing I love about squash is that you can fucking keep them like forever. Like the spaghetti squash, you can keep them for months on. Like, and if you look it up, it says you can keep a spaghetti squash for months. Like if you keep it, and we keep our house cold, so like it's not going bad on the counter. But I bought the kabocha squash, so I cooked it. I was like, we have to eat this fucking thing.
Did you peel it?
so you don't have to peel it. So I was looking at, I was going to make a soup out of it, and I was finding all the soup recipes I was coming up with online were very involved with a lot of things I didn't have. So this was basically, here's what I did. Here's what I found. 425, put the whole fucking thing in the oven for like 10 minutes.
425?
425 for 10 minutes to let it soften up a little bit so you can cut it. Take the fucker out. Cut it in half vertically. So I'm like looking at it. I'm like,
so you're not crosswise,
right?
But
so like came down. I of course I watched a YouTube video. I'm like watching this, watching, skimming through. I'm like, okay, yes. So you can leave the skin on. The skin is edible. I'm gonna get back to that. No. So I cut it in half and scoop the shit out, and then you cut it. So I cut it so it was in like, I cut it like just in like slices, like a bit like watermelon slices. And they're supposed to be like 1.5 inches thick, and they were kind of shaped like C's because that's the shape of the thing, you know, of the thing. But then I cut them in half so they would fit on the cookie sheets better. So it was 2 cookie sheets lined with parchment. I found a really good parchment, by the way, parchment paper from Amazon that's like waxy almost, like it's really like non-stick. Regular parchment's like this. It's like, what the fuck is this brown paper? Like, but this parchment is like so it's like really like non-stick. It's fantastic. Anyway, so put that on. You're supposed to drizzle
the olive oil.
Excuse me. Drizzle olive oil on it. Salt and pepper. I didn't put pepper on it because she doesn't like pepper. Salt and pepper. And I flipped it and did it on the other side, like swished it around, then flipped it, added some more salt, and then you cook it for like 10 to 12 minutes. Flip it all over, and then cook it. I think it was like so a total of 25 to 30 minutes. So comes out, and you can eat the skin. It said. So I took a bite with the skin, and then I ended up
chewing it for
hours.
So
I took the skin out of my mouth, and I was like, I didn't like the texture of it. But I'm a texture person. Mm-hmm. So then I serve it up for me and Joe, right? And so I picked up each of my pieces. I'm like, I'm going to eat this like watermelon. So I just ate it like up to the rind, and I was like peeling the skin off. So it's a Japanese squash, a Japanese pumpkin. So a kabocha, C-O or C-A-B-O-C-H-A, kabocha squash. It had the consistency of like a potato, like so it was like a French fry. Like Joey said, if these cooked a little bit longer and were thinner, it would be like a French. No, not a crispy fry, like the inside of a French fry.
Oh,
like a steak fry.
Okay,
these were about the size and consistency of a steak fry. So he's like, so and we have a ton left over because like, look, I made a fucking lot. So when I reheat them, I'm going to reheat them longer. I'm gonna like rebake them kind of in the oven to make them kind of crispy.
Right.
To make them more like a French fry. But so it's the consistency of a potato and a French fry. Like that's what it tastes like.
Does it taste sweet or like
it tastes like tastes kind of pumpkin-y. It's not sweet. You're supposed to call it to make this like ginger dressing to put over, but I did not have the things for the ginger dressing.
How do you spell this?
Kabocha. It's either I think it's C-O-B-A-C-H-O. Kabocha.
Here it is. It's a Spanish word.
I read that it was a Japanese. That's not.
Oh no!
No, I don't know what the fuck.
That's
a C. That's a C. First of all, C-O-K-O.
You were saying C.
Well, sorry.
Okay.
K-O-B.
Okay.
A-C-H-O. Kabocha.
Okay.
Anyway, Christ. Look, C-K. I don't know. It's K.
Kabocha.
Kabocha. Anyway, so that was fun. That was a new. I'm 48 years old. I've never had. It's a whole new vegetable for me. Also, I bought jicama's. They went in the trash.
Oh yeah, tell me about the jicama's.
Well, so you can buy jicama wraps at Trader Joe's. I think you can buy them already, like fucking cut and ready to go.
Them.
And you should get them. My jicama's sat too long on the counter. Every time I bought this, is the second time I bought them.
How big are they?
It's a root vegetable.
So it looks like a potato.
You can. But it tastes like an apple. It kind of tastes like an apple. It's a consistency of an apple when you cut it up. But you're supposed to be able to slice them really thin. You can use them like for like a taco wrap. And I was supposed to make these chicken fajita tacos, but I ended up not having the wrap because I went to make the fucking. But the skin of the fucking jicama is poisonous. I'm like, what the fuck?
So you have to do a really good job when you peel it.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I didn't look to see like.
How deadly?
I don't know. I stopped reading at that part and figured, well, people can eat them. And I've had them because John had them. Remember he got that Misfits box?
Oh, yeah.
And we had them. That's one of the first times I had them. So I have had them.
I've had them
in salads. They taste like crispy and taste like an apple. Yeah. And there's a jicama slaw that I have a recipe for.
Jicama. I
which
just
I'm
like
sure.
that song.
So I
That
have
means
to.
word.
I need to get it and then use it right away because like this is not like the potato squash or the kabocha squash. You can let sit on the counter for a fucking month. These fuckers needed to be eaten. But again, I gotten them and we're supposed to have them, and then Joe was away in Texas for a week, so there went a week's worth of because I was not preparing. Like I ate at your house. I was not preparing meals like that. Well,
Right.
he was. I had like a TV dinner
No
one
fancy
night. I made
meals.
tuna salad one night. Like I'm not like I know.
I don't like tuna.
What else? So that's the only new thing I tried. So because I've been trying to do 2 new recipes a week since January, and then we got a little thrown off though because then Joe was away. I did try a new tuna salad recipe that week though, which was very good. Maybe I did 2. I did a tuna melt that week that was good, and I did it. You do it on top of a tomato slice. I think was what it was. Like no, so it was no carb.
I made
And
that recipe.
it was very tasty. Yes, the bagel, the cheese bagel thing.
Yeah, so
with the
it's
almond
such
flour.
an easy. Yeah, so it's 1.5 cups of
try this.
almond flour. 1.5 cups of almond flour. 1 cup of Greek yogurt, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. A 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese.
I love that you can remember this.
Yeah, it's so easy. Mix it, not with a mixer, but like mix it good, and then
Stir it.
Yeah, stir it, mix it. Then you form it into like a ball, like Play-Doh. And then, like to make a bagel, you just stick your thumb through it. And then I cooked it at 350 for 40 minutes. And before you put them in the oven, you give it a little egg wash. And then you put the rest of the cheddar cheese that you have. So another 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese goes on the 4 bagels that you've made.
And with the cost of eggs, I asked her, what did you do with the leftover egg? She threw it the fuck away. I could feel Dad stroke out. I could feel it.
I thought about cooking it, but I didn't. So, I mean, there wasn't that much left. So, at any rate, and so you do an egg wash, a light egg wash on the 4 bagels, and then you don't have to do this, but I did. Then you add the cheddar cheese, and then the option is that you slice up a jalapeno, and I bought them already sliced, but I popped the seeds out of it because the seeds are what make it hot, and they were really good.
I love that you pop the seeds out. My God, speaking of jalapenos, I remember I went to see a friend one night years ago. I went to visit, and I got there, and she was making stuff. I love like stuffed jalapenos, and actually, not what is it? Sam's Club. She gets them from Sam's Club now. They're already stuffed with some kind of fucking like cream cheese, ricotta, something or other, and fucking bacon. Oh my God, they are so good. Low carb, fucking tasty. But years ago, like fresh out of college, I went to visit and she was making them. And then she went to put her we're supposed to be going out, and she went to put her contacts in. And we did not go out that night. She burned the fuck out of her eyes. And then she had to wear glasses. Her eyes watered all night long.
Yeah, the oil stays on your hands.
Have you ever cooked a jalapeno?
No.
In a frying pan?
No.
I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I will not. Look,
Well,
my
I mean,
apartment, I was making just like I'll just make like fajitas, but like without the wrap. Like I'll just like make, all in one pan, whatever. You can do it on a sheet pan, just bake it all. You can just do it in the pan.
The jalapeno isn't even the hottest pepper out there.
I sliced the jalapeno and put it in. Now I just put the fucker on raw and I chop it into little tiny bits. Then I sliced it up and threw it in there, and I was looking over it and the steam came up. My eyes burned for fucking days. I mean, I have some serious accidents in the kitchen. That. Also, I burned the hell out of my boob.
Oh my God.
I was making...
Which apartment was this?
This was the upstairs one. After the downstairs one flooded, and they moved me to the upstairs one that had roaches and mice. I can't.
I thought maybe it was the one by the fire station. No.
And so I was making a quick egg in the morning before work. So like I got out of the shower and I went, got my hair up in the towel. I live alone, right? No windows. I'm on the second. The blinds are closed. I'm on the second floor.
Oh.
No. How do you think I burned my boob on with clothes on?
You should not cook naked.
You should not cook naked. I'm here to endorse that. You should not cook naked. So I went and...
That's like rule number 1.
Rule number 1, right? And it was right before I went away somewhere. It was summer. It must have been like summer school or Memorial Day weekend, because I went away with my friends and her family. And I remember like looking at my boob while I was gone, and my friend's mom was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I burned the hell out of my boob." And then she wanted to know how. So I would so this is how. So I ran out. So like got out of the shower, dried off, went out, turned the pan on to heat up, put like a little whatever in it, olive oil, whatever. We're letting it heat. went back in to like comb my hair out, came back out, like added the egg, went back in, like dried my hair, and came out, and I leaned forward, and I had a deep frying pan too, like the biggest one. I had a deep one. Leaned forward with, I didn't have clothes on yet.
That's what you get.
Leaned forward to turn the heat down, and touched like the under part of my boob hit that fucking pan, like right in here, like this inside, like right here, like it dangled down and fucking hit that frying pan. Oh my God. And so it won't heal, right? Because like you have a bra on, you're sweating under there all fucking day long.
Oh yeah.
So I remember being away, and I was like, I was sweating and it burned. It had been there, like it was like a blister that would not heal because the skin just kept coming off. So I'm like, fucking shit. And I'm like looking at it, like she's my friend's mom was like, Megan, like what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I burned my boob really bad. It won't heal. So like we're looking at it, we're just looking at it. So we got, I forget, she gave me, it was not Manuka honey because I didn't know about that at the time, but something. And then it was like, I'm like, there's no way for me to like, I forget what she had me do. I put something on it, and I put like maybe gauze or something like underneath. Because you can't put a Band-Aid on your boob.
No, you don't want to stick.
Do not. If you have never put a Band-Aid on your boob, I also don't recommend that. For many reasons. The Band-Aid, look, that skin underneath there is some different kind of skin.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it like? Like ball skin?
It's tender.
I mean, is it like,
no,
I don't
it's
know.
Your normal
like
skin. It's just tender.
But it's tender. It's kind of like you don't put a Band-Aid in your eye, because this skin is different. Like it's like more delicate. This skin is like ball sack skin, is like under boob skin, I think.
You also don't want to use something that doesn't have gauze on a burn because it'll stick, and then when you take it off, it'll pull off the healing that's being done.
Oh my God. I sliced my finger. I sliced my finger.
Like 1,000 times.
What? This was when I was working. I'm not going to say where because, look, I don't know. I don't want to have anybody come back and get me, like the Brazilian mob or something. I was working. And there might have been a little weed involved, but I don't really know that matters. But I was 15 years old, which is key here, because you have to be at least 16, I think it was, to use the meat slicer. And I used this thing all the time because we had to clean it, like you did, like take it apart and clean it, because then we'd slice cheese on it, we sliced meat on it, we sliced lettuce on it. This day I was doing lettuce. The thing that would flap over that you would hold onto like the things with like grip, like the head of lettuce, well, it was broken off, so you just had to use your hands, right?
Oh my God.
So using your hand, and you're just like, I'm talking away,
not paying attention,
and I ran my fucking hand right through it, right? The back side of my pinky just shaved off the side. So I felt it go through, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm sorry if I told this story before, I may have. And I just was like, probably a good thing that I was a little bit high, because I was like, it didn't really hit me right away. Like I knew I did it, and it stung, but it was so quick that like whatever. And then I wrapped my apron around it. I'm like, oh fuck, we need to throw the lettuce away. Wrapped my finger around it, and then I let my apron down, and it was like a bloodbath. And then I lost my mind. But I may have told this story before, so I'm not going to finish the story. But the point of this was that, so they put like a little condom on my finger, right? So I got to the ER.
And you can buy those in CVS.
The delivery driver,
like if you have a finger accident and you have to.
Well, I had to lie about it, right? So I get the owner, and she's frantic. Because I cannot say how I did it, because she's going to be in trouble, and I'm only 15. I'm not supposed to use it, and it's broken. So her ass is grass. So I had to lie about how I did it, which I'm sure that they knew I didn't do it with a knife. Like, how does that fucking happen? I mean, Christ, right? So,
let me just.
And the delivery driver, I think, took me and dropped me off. Remember, we were trying to find Dad. God. Dad was at a work picnic, and I called my pediatrician.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, because I still saw the pediatrician, and I was like, Dr. McCormick, I'm like, look, I have to go to the ER, and this is what happened, and I can't find Dad. I'm like, can I just come in? Can you stitch it? He's like, no, you have to go to the ER. I don't do that here. And he's like, where's your father? I'm like, he's at a work picnic. He's like, yeah, definitely don't call your mom. I'm like, I know, right? Because we all know, like, no, she's not going to. So Dad meets me there, right? And I'm like, whatever. So and I apologize for those of you if you've heard this story before. So I had the little finger condom on, right? And they wrapped it really tight, and then put the finger condom on so it doesn't get wet. But I have to change the bandage, they tell me. So next day, I went to bed that night though, and you could it was like on the Flintstones when they stub a toe or something, and it like would just throb.
When your heart beat.
Oh my God, you could. So I was like laying in bed, like trying to like keep it up, like to like so it would be higher than my heart, and like I wouldn't. It hurts so bad. So the next morning, I take the little finger condom off, and I go to get the bandages off, and I couldn't get them off because they were like stuck into like the side of my pinky where like the skin. So I'm like, I instantly like turned like probably like this color, right? Like I went like very pale. I know I went pale, and I was like, and like the room kind of spun, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. Like this is gonna, like I'm gonna be fucking sick. It hurt. That's how bad it hurt. So Dad comes into the bathroom, and I'm like, you have to do this. I can't. So I sat down the toilet in case I fainted.
And he's
and I'm like, you're gonna have to do this. And I'm like, just fucking jerk, because he's trying to become like, just fucking take it off. Just fucking take it off. And I'm sure I said that too at 15. I'm sure I swore. And then Mom comes to look, and so she's standing in the bathroom, but she's like watching that the color is just like draining even more from my face. She's like, oh my god. And like the room spun. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna pass out and I'm gonna be sick like all at once. I don't know what. It hurt so bad. And I'm like, just don't touch me. Just like, let me just sit for a minute before we put. So then like loosely like put the bandage around, because it had just like stuck. Oh, that fucking ER.
I was gonna say, it
God
didn't sound
damn
like
it.
they knew what they were doing.
And that's why I say to Joe, if anything happens to me when we're up there, you take me to fuck to Hershey. Do not let me go to that. Look, if you work there, I apologize, but like, look.
Yeah.
Anyway, there are a lot of dangerous things.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
They say the bathroom is the most dangerous room in the house.
No, I think it's the kitchen.
I'm pretty sure that the kitchen, for me, is the most dangerous room in the house. Knock on wood, because watch me hurt myself.
Speaking of kitchen and cooking,
they make knife gloves.
Sorry, we were talking about that.
Because I was looking at a recipe, and it calls to use the mandolin, and I'm like, I do not own a mandolin for many reasons.
Well, usually a mandolin has like a thing you put on top of whatever the.
But still, like, so I'm looking at mandolins on Amazon. I've been looking at them for like 2 months, because I keep thinking I should get one, and I put it in my cart. I take it out of my cart. I save it for later. Then I put another one in. I just keep going back and forth. I probably have like 6 in my cart now. I'll save for later. Excuse me, but I'm worried to have one, because I'm for obvious reasons,
notorious
I'm worried
with slicing fingers
to have one. But the one they were showing with a knife glove that you can like, it won't cut through. So the reviews I was reading said get the knife glove.
Is it like a whole glove?
You can order a set.
But what's it look like? Like, is it a mitten or a glove?
It looks like something that like the Knights of the Round Table would wear. It's like a metal mesh glove. And so you hold it, so if your finger goes through with the glove is not gonna.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
I don't know about that.
I'll let you. I'll do a demo on here one day. We'll see if the knife goes. I don't know. I went to high school with a kid, and I was not friends with him, but people that watch probably were. And he was in the Marines, I think it was, and he had one of those supposed knife things. So this is why I question if they work or not. He had one of those knife-proof things on, and
a bulletproof or knife-proof?
Knife-proof,
okay.
And he and a buddy were fucking around with swords, I think it was. It was not knife-proof, and he died. So I wonder, how does that really work? I mean, I don't know. I mean, to a point, I don't know. I don't know.
Did it come under?
I don't know. I don't know the details. I was in sophomore year of college when it happened. It is horrible. I think I'm not going to say the name because but you probably know the family.
Don't fuck around with with swords,
right? But here I am thinking I might get the glove. I'm going to see if it works.
No, we're not chopping fingers off. I'm not.
I'm not going to chop my finger off, but like poke it a little bit. See if
in the emergency room. Anyway. So wait, I have a trick. I saw this the other day.
Cutting trick?
I heard about not cutting, but it's food, kitchen related. So you know how fresh garlic is a bitch to peel? You know, it's like get that thing off and then peel it, and you end up with garlic under your fingernails when you're trying to get the cloves out of the thing. So here's the thing: you microwave the
whole thing.
The whole thing. Take the skin off.
What if you're not using the whole thing?
Well, then you don't have to
take the skin off. But they just said
no. If you're making like a big recipe and it's calling for like, I don't know, 6 cloves of garlic. So instead of having to peel them, you put them in a bowl in the microwave. And
anything in the bowl?
No. And you microwave it for 45 seconds. You bring it out, and this woman was skeptical, and you bring it out, and she peeled them all lickety-split, no problem. And she didn't believe it. Somebody had told her to do that.
But you can put them loose in there. You don't have to put the whole bulb in, right?
No, put them in loose.
Okay, I'll try it. So I think it was Michelle sent me this awesome kitchen hack video the other day, and now I forget half of them. I need to go back and watch it again. One of them, it was not a garlic one. I'm going to try the garlic one, though. One of them, though, I had tried before, did not work, was when you put a hard-boiled egg in a glass, and then you just put it in a glass, and then you shake it. Let me be careful. I slap myself.
Yeah.
And then like it like cracks it all open. Whenever you take it out, like it comes off easily. Now, in the video, yes, because I've now watched several of them where it works really well, but when I fucking did it, I had a mess. So it did not work for me. So I don't know what my nose itches. Sorry.
What do you mean it didn't work?
Like, I had a fucking mess. Like tore the egg apart. This, just the shell came off and was lickety split. So I don't know if you have to do it like when it's fresh out of the boiling water. I don't know. So I got an itch. Sorry, guys.
Well, sometimes it's hard. The boiling eggs fresh out of the water are fucking hot.
That's why you're supposed to give it a cool bath.
I know, but they're still hot when you get them.
Yes. So maybe that's why you use it in the cup. You put it in like a glass, like a pint glass, and like shake it like a water glass.
Someone also told me you're supposed to roll them.
There's so many things. This hack. There was another hack though I saw that made me think of Dad. Two that made me think of Dad. One was for dippy eggs, and if you don't live in central Pennsylvania, you probably don't know what dippy eggs are.
Wait. If you're doing a sunny side up egg with the bird flu going around, I actually heard this on several news sources. You need to make sure that the egg is cooked to the degree, like to the temperature. I think it's like 160 degrees or something. I forget.
I only eat dippy eggs when Dad makes them.
Which is the yolk. You know, it's a sunny side up egg.
In central Pennsylvania, we call it a dippy egg. Dippy. It's dippy.
But they are cooked.
It's cooked on both sides. Like sometimes if you order them out, and I've heard people order dippy eggs,
it's like
it's cooked on one side. No, flip that fucker over. But what they showed was, oh god, they put something over the pan. Maybe it was another pan.
Sometimes they heat another pan.
A lid. Was that it? They did something to flip it, so you weren't using a spatula
and breaking it.
Well, fuck now if you rewatch it.
I've seen people use a lid.
So it might have been the lid, but then there was a paper towel one, and I totally thought of Dad. It takes the single serve paper towel to like a whole new. So you take the roll of paper towels, right? Roll of paper towels, and you cut it in half, and then you put the thing on the thing. So when you pull one, you're getting like just
a quarter,
like that instead of the whole long paper towel.
Right.
You're getting like a. I thought
a quarter.
Dad should do that.
Wait, so not the individual like the individual.
You can do the individual ones.
Okay, so then that's like a quarter.
You with the roll, lay the roll down, cut it in half. And then put it on the thing. So you do like two small rolls. And it's like napkin size as opposed to like paper towel size.
I like a paper towel.
I'm trying to cut back on the paper towel use. I have those things. What's that company? Mom gets it for me, and my friend was selling it. Norwex. And so I have, and they have like metal in them or something, like sterling silver or something. That kills off the. So I currently have one of those on the counter.
Sterling silver is antibiotic.
But like when I'm cleaning up like kitchen,
bacterial.
like the kitchen after like making meat or something, I'm getting the paper towels out. Like I need to like, and also I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to use Clorox wipes on the granite countertop.
No, I don't.
But I just do it quickly and don't wipe it off because I'm like, the raw meat.
I Clorox everything. Clorox wipe the kitchen down.
You don't have granite. We have granite. No. I don't want to ruin the granite. But look, I mean,
there was something you just said and I forgot. I was going to add to it.
Well, I can't believe we talked a lot about food and kitchen today. What are we going to call this? We had to figure out
I don't know, but that bagel was damn good that I made.
In the kitchen, bitches.
The thing is, I didn't have cream cheese. So you're supposed to slice it like a bagel and, put cream cheese on it. And I did not have cream cheese, so I had to eat it plain. It was still good.
I have almond flour, but it's way past the expiration date. But it's never been opened.
No.
So I don't know. It's still sealed.
Nope.
I might have to open it and see.
No.
It hasn't been opened, though, so it might not have gone rancid.
All almond flour is pure. It's like finely pureed.
I know.
Almonds.
I might have to just pitch that. Get a new one. That sucks.
I wouldn't want to try that out.
If you keep it like nuts, you keep them in the freezer. It lasts a lot longer.
Did you keep it in the freezer?
No, I never opened it. It's in the cupboard.
Yeah, probably not.
We're gonna have to wrap this up soon. But two things. So one, the rest of Scamanda is on tomorrow night.
Oh yeah. Why has this taken so long?
But I remembered it came to me. We were talking about it the other week, and I was trying to think of like what the big church was called. It's called a mega church. I mean, how hard was that? The big church things.
It's called mega church.
Yeah, I forgot about that. When it's like thousands of people and they have the fog machines and
what
like
religion
the theatrics.
Is it?
All different ones.
Okay.
But just the big church is called the mega church. So Scamanda, so I have to catch up on it. Maybe we'll do that tonight and then catch up on the end of it tomorrow night. And I have a new word that I learned, aside from crackers, meaning crazy. A yob. Y-O-B. I had to Google it because I'm watching Hero.
Y-O-B.
A yob is a noisy, aggressive person. A yob.
Yeah. Where did you find that? Is that
on
English?
Vera.
Is that British?
It was on Vera. They said something, but I'm not a yob. Like, I'm not like an asshole, pretty much. I mean, I'm not an aggressive, annoying.
I like that.
A noisy, aggressive person is what it means. I was like,
I like that.
I know, right? And I'm like, What do they say? Yob. What the fuck is it? I'm like Googling. I look up on a minimum of 3 words each time I watch it.
Oh, good. So it's
I forget to write them
educational.
down. It's very educational. I'm learning like a whole new language. It's a whole new English language.
Boy. So a couple of things along that line. So there's a Scottish Highland cow that is the cutest thing that is now the mascot at the Nashville Zoo. It's, a baby. It weighs 80 pounds right now. I mean, it's a couple months old, but it is the freaking cutest thing. Good Morning America was there. Oh my God, you've got to look at this
Is it
thing.
a miniature or is it going to grow
No,
big?
it's going to grow big. It's going to grow up to 2,000
And
pounds.
where is this? In Scotland.
No, it's a Scottish Highland cow, and they're red, like long red hair, and it's at the Nashville Zoo.
Oh, that's fun.
It was born at the Nashville Zoo, and it is like their mascot now
Oh, cool.
because it's so cute. And you
That's
can YouTube
cute.
it. He does the zoomies after he eats.
Oh my God, like the dogs do.
Yeah, like the dogs.
PT Joe's dog does that when I get there.
This
What
dog,
is there an update?
This is the cutest fucking thing. There is an update. I'm getting to that.
on the seal?
Okay,
That's what I'm
so
dying to know.
the seal in Mystic, Connecticut, baby seal
We talked
came
about this
out
last
of
week.
the coastal town, came out of the water. So I did a little research. It came a quarter mile in from the beach. Like seals are known to like come in and like
On the
hang
beach.
out in a dune.
Don't
or
they
like,
bark? Like, I
don't know. At a circus? I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. This one was not making
and
any
clap the
noise.
little flippers.
Yeah,
Arr,
yeah.
arr, arr.
Okay, you keep doing that. So it came in a quarter mile from the beach, which is unusual because it's a quarter mile. It didn't stop at the dunes to like hide from bad weather or anything, so it came in.
I would think the concrete would be really hard on
So-
his body.
Yeah, so they took it back out, the marine biologist, and then he came back the next day to the same restaurant, and they dropped him off like a mile into the ocean from where he was, like a mile up or
Wow.
down the, coast, and he came right back to the Oyster Bar restaurant, which is funny. If you think I'm lying, Google it. So
You could smell the fish.
the marine biologists have taken him to the Mystic Aquarium, and he's working with them because he had to learn how to feed, he had to learn how to catch fish, eat them, all of these things. So the update is they were there on Monday. He's now eating fish.
Well, that is very exciting.
Yes, you put it in, and he gets it, and he takes his little flippers, which have like little claws on them, like it's webby. Like
They gotta grip it.
I don't think I knew what they looked like.
Polar bears have webbed paws.
Yeah.
But it's like a basketball.
Oh.
Like they're webbed. Their paws are webbed.
Right.
But they also have like the consistency of
Right, so it can grip things
nubbed.
because otherwise,
Yeah.
slipping out.
also because of ice.
Yeah. So anyhow, the flippers.
shit I
he
learned
gets
teaching kindergarten.
he gets the silver fish. I don't know what kind it was in his mouth, and he eats it, and he's
But not a live fish. They give him the dead fish.
yeah. Right now,
So
he's
right
not
now he's just
swimming
working
around.
on eating the fish, and they got to learn how to catch them eventually.
Yeah, hunt for them. Yeah. So he's going to get back out into the ocean
Oh, good. Why don't they just keep him at the
because
aquarium?
they're not going to. They're going to
They just
rehab
keep him
him
in the aquarium.
and put him out there. Yeah, it's really cute. But they had to wear like medical suits. They had to put booties on their feet. They had to have
Interesting.
like rubber gloves
Why?
on. I don't know. I guess they don't want him to get. I don't know. It was the woman, the
he
marine
dirty?
biologist. No, the marine
Do they carry
biologist.
disease?
No, I think they don't want us to have disease. Give him our
right,
disease.
right.
They were in, and also maybe because it's wet, but they had the surgical booties on. Everybody did, the cameramen and everything. So I don't know.
Fascinating.
But you got to you got to look that up. And I don't know what they named the Scottish Highland cow, but it is freaking adorable. You want one.
And
It looks
at the
like
Nashville Zoo.
yeah, it looks like a very big dog right now, and it's very docile.
I mean, aren't cows? Do they tend to be docile?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was feeding it like a big bottle. The girl
Bottle
from
feeding
Good
it?
Morning America was
Oh, that's
feeding
fun.
it, and he was done, and she took it away, and he followed it and was like going at it, and she's like trying to take it away. She's like, "It's done."
I want the bottle back, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel when someone takes a bottle from me.
It's really cute. It's really cute.
It's cute. Let's do. We have time for one Delve deck, or you can open
my
a
finger
birthday
is
prize.
bleeding.
Which one do you want? Birthday prize or Delve deck?
I don't care. Which do you think I should do?
Whichever one you want.
We'll do Delve Deck. You got it.
Okay, all right. Save the birthday prize for the weekend. Yes, we call them prizes, not presents. It's a long story. Okay, look, these fucking things. I don't know why they're in here so tight.
Well, don't make sure it's not one we already did.
Oh God, here we go. I don't think we did. What's the creepiest encounter you've had with a stranger?
Let me think about that.
I think I had a few.
Yeah, I've had a few, and it's not.
If we did that one, I don't remember it.
It's not completely. We didn't do that. It's not completely like it's not it's kind of like
There are
you're
some creepy motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, but thank God, knock on wood, it hasn't been like uber creepy. Like I've had people when I walk downtown by myself, like late at night, in the city, like asking for directions, like just approach you. Like to me, that's creepy. I don't know, and I just keep walking. I
Yeah.
try not to be around.
I'm not usually
and
alone
put myself
too
in
much.
that. Yeah,
like,
I'm
not. The creepiest.
I've had some weird instances, but not creepy.
Well, when I was, I think I was still single, and my friend was recently divorced, and we went out. She was here to visit. And we went out, and we're at the bar, and she loves to talk to people, and she's a talker, and I love her for that. But I was like, do not talk to the single guys at the bar. And if you're a single guy and you're not a creeper and you're watching this, I do apologize because it's a vast, horrifying generalization. But in my time being single, I found that you don't talk to the single guy at the bar,
Right?
Because he's there and he's single, meaning alone, not
For a
single.
reason.
The guy that's alone at the bar is usually alone for a reason. So I was like, do not talk to the guy alone. Do not. And then, so she did. And then she was begging me to get her out of it. The guy was creepers. He was just creepy. But I remember that stalker I had at my old apartment building?
Oh yeah.
I had to call the police. Yeah. I remember I was getting home one night and I was getting like my teacher bag and stuff out of the backseat of my car or groceries or whatever. It was dark out.
Crazy.
I was leaning into the car and he like whistled at me. Like my ass was like hanging out of the back of the car. And he whistled at me and was like something about liking what he saw or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he was leaving presents for me at my door for Valentine's Day. That's when I finally called the police.
What kind of presents? I don't think
He
I
left
knew
me like
this.
flowers and a card, maybe candy. I don't remember.
Oh.
So I called because I'd asked him to leave me alone, and I didn't want to be rude, and I also didn't want to escalate shit. And thank God this was before I watched true crime TV.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, I didn't when he whistled at me or whatever and made the comment about my ass. I was like, "Yo, fucker!" Like,
Did you say that?
I mean, I didn't smile and say thank you. I mean, I
Okay.
knew it was rude
Because that's just
I was like, really?
inflaming
Like,
the
really?
situation.
Yeah. So he was creepers. And he would stand outside and like wait for me to get home at night, which was unsettling.
Did he have a job?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. And so
Yeah.
I called the police and I don't know he was from another country. And
Did
I
they
don't
get his name?
know what I let the policeman handle it. And the policeman was pretty much like I love these policemen here. This guy was like straight out of Philly. It was not a Philadelphia cop, but he was like, "You got to leave her alone. No more shit at the door. Like you got to stop."
That's what he said?
You don't be waiting for her outside when she gets home at night. Like you got to leave her alone.
That's what he said?
I mean, he was very frank with the guy.
Right, okay.
I don't know if there was a threat of like deportation or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened. But then the guy, I mean, he would wait for me on occasion. He would still be out there and would like give me like dirty faces. But it was fair. Yeah. And then luckily my apartment flooded and I moved to a new one and maybe he didn't know where I was after that. Look, I can't. That was pretty creepy.
That is creepy.
So between that and then the Turkish guy that would threaten to cut my head off and feed it to the dogs. I mean, I never actually met him, but he was pretty creepy.
From Etsy.
That was terrifying. That one involved the FBI. So like, look, I mean, it's like I've had some creepy fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably it. Creepy. I mean, those were creepy people.
That is creepy. I try to avoid.
You're reading the book I gave you.
Yeah, I haven't gotten past like page 30.
But did you get to the part where because she was the sociopath, the memoir book? If you've not read it, it's fantastic. Where the sister could sense, because she couldn't sense things. Like
Yes, the fear. She couldn't sense
she
fear.
didn't know fear. And then the guy was trying to like, here, you want a kitten or a
Yeah.
puppy or some shit. And the sister was like, the younger sister was like, no.
I mean, right
She's like,
out
I'll come with you. Like,
textbook stranger, and this woman
Stranger
did
danger,
not know
yeah.
stranger danger, but her younger sister did.
But she was highly intelligent, I think, because when she got to the car, I forget what she realized that
I forget
like
how she
things
realized.
like what's happening, like what like at first she's like, oh, that's nice, the wife is
She
sitting
got
back there with
the wife. She's like, she said something. The wife, but was really like one of the accomplice, was sitting in the van that this guy had in the back, and I forget what happened, but she said something, and then she ran away. She realized
that whatever the wife said gave it away.
Right.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah, because at first she's like, oh, that's nice. The wife's sitting there with the puppies, the kittens, or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I get a sense. Like I've met people. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa. Like
Yeah, she didn't know fear. I haven't gotten farther in the book, but does she not have feeling what is that she's missing? It's
Well, like emotion, like a lot of emotion.
So
right.
she didn't have emotion for other things. Like she's displayed happy.
Right.
It seems
I mean, like she could be. Yeah. Like there's you're born with some emotion, but then others are learned.
Right.
Like sympathy and empathy and like regret and like that kind of stuff, like guilt. And so the learned ones, like she could love, and you're born with that, like,
right?
Unless you're not. I mean, she could love just on a different level. But wait, let me. I'm trying to think. But she couldn't sense the danger,
right?
Because that's why a lot of not all, but a lot of sociopaths are dangerous. I think because I don't really care. But I almost got mugged 2 different times. And the one time I knew when we were in Naples. I think my stranger danger was more aware at that point. The one time was here in Philadelphia. Don't ever count your cash at the bar. My friend and I were there. It was a weeknight. I don't know if I must have had off the next day or something.
No common sense.
And so I was counting out and there was a bar that we'd always gone to. We knew the waiters really well, the bartenders really well. They closed it. Do you know they fucking closed it? The Irish pub, they closed it.
Why?
I don't know. It didn't make it past the pandemic or something. I don't know. I've not been in so long, but we passed it one night. It was fucking closed, shuttered.
Really?
I'm so upset.
Oh.
So it's closed. But we were there. We knew the bartenders really well. And so I was counting my cash and not thinking, because this is the place I went like every weekend. And this was a weeknight for whatever reason. I must have had off. And I was counting the money to make sure we had enough for the cab. So then there was a guy in a parka who was at the bar, alone at the bar, of course. And my friend and I went out and got in the car. And the fucker opens, like I go to pull the door shut, but he was like coming in after me and pulled the door open. I remember I had this cute little fake snake print leather purse. It was Nine West. And I was like 22 years old. I love this fucking purse. I could fit my smokes in there and my whatever little phone I had.
My smokes and cokes.
Right? Loved this little purse. And I had my arm through it, which is also why I always carry my purse. I rarely carry it by the handles. I carry my arm through it. So I had my arm through it, and so he came in at me, and I'm pulling away. The fucking cab driver's just like watching in the rearview mirror. My friend was like, "Go, go!" I'm like, "Fucker, fucking drive the car! Like, what are you doing?" And I'm pulling as hard as I can, holding onto my purse because look, the cab money is in my purse and my phone is in there. And finally, I put my foot up and kicked. And jerked away at this like the same time, and then we're screaming at the cab driver to drive.
Go.
Right, and he. But I didn't have I noticed the guy, and I'm like weirdo in the park or whatever. It's not even that cold out, but okay, buddy. And it was like February, maybe it was cold, but I hadn't really I didn't register oh, he's dangerous. Right. When we were in Naples, I knew. And Joe knew. I'm gonna tell this story real quick, and then we're gonna be done. We loved our trip to Italy back in 2016, whenever it was we went. I will never go to Naples again. And people, after we booked it, were like, "Oh my God, do not go to Naples. It's a shithole." But I've had other people that have gone and said, "Oh my God, I loved it." Now they're supposed to have the best margarita pizza ever. We don't know. We didn't get to eat. We don't know what the pizza tastes like there. And so
don't go to Naples.
It was very aggressive. The people there are very aggressive. And so Joe and I walked from our hotel. It was a little bit of a shady kind of walk. We stayed at a Best Western or some shit too. I don't look. We go to this little cafe and they're getting ready to close because it's they're gonna have a little siesta kind of time or whatever. And so I'm just the girl working there didn't speak any English, and of course I don't speak Napoli or whatever kind of Italian they speak. So I'm pointing at whatever little pastries we want. And a guy walks in, and he's watching me. And as soon as he walked in, I got a heebie-jeebie feel. And he's watching me, and Joe is outside watching him watch me. So I see this, and so I'm like, okay, he is aware of this guy being in here. And instantly, like the hairs on your neck kind of thing. This guy gave me the heebie-jeebies, and I was very much aware of him in a stranger danger kind of way. He gave off a bad vibe. And I got the little pastries, and there were a couple little tables out front, and I went to go sit down with Joe, and he's pretending to be on the phone.
Who, the guy? The
Yeah,
creepy
he's
guy.
not on the phone. Now, at this point, we've been in Italy for like 10 days, and I've seen enough Italian people on the phone, and it's much like the Italian people here, not to stereotype, in Jersey. You know when they're on the phone. There's hand movements. I mean, they talk the way I do. Like, there's loud in their hand or whatever, blah, blah. This guy's like, like, there's no, like, whatever.
Right.
So I'm aware that he's watching me and pretending to be on the phone, and he goes around the corner.
Ooh.
So Joe and I were like, fuck. Like, let's walk back, but we have to go around the corner. So we go around the corner, and I only had enough money on me, like for that, because I know, like, I'm only carrying. If they fucking mug me, like, they're gonna get like whatever I needed to get to the cafe and back. Like, they're not gonna get it all. But yeah, like whatever, like my watch, my wedding rings, like whatever. And my cousin would say, "Don't wear your wedding rings, like wear a fake one," which is not a bad idea. And this was the only time that we were there that I ever felt unsafe. So we're walking down the street to get to we rounded the corner, and we have to get to the end of this very long block to get back to our hotel, which the front of it is around the corner. And they have these, like, they don't have like gas stations. They have like a gas pump on the side of the road.
Yeah,
like stuck on the side of the road.
I love that.
And there's one on the side of the road, and there's a group of guys over here, and then there's a group of guys across the street. The guy on the phone was like on our side, I think is what it was. And he's on the phone communicating with this group of guys at the gas station that are watching us.
Nice.
And I said something to the guy, whether or not he could understand English, I don't know. But I'm like, don't fucking, like, Joe and I were like, don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us, right? You don't fuck with me. I will, like, right? And like, Joe's ready to drop the fucking guy. And
I will fuck you up.
And Joe probably looks like he's not gonna fuck you up, but he knows martial arts, so like, look, he will fuck you up. But I don't know if this guy have a knife or a gun. I don't know. But we're both we and I stared at him, like I just stared him down, so that he knew that I knew that you're not gonna fuck with me. I mean, we both just like glared at him, and then he did like a little head shake, and the guys across the street, like a mission aborted, like was pretty much what it was, because you're not catching me off guard, fucker. Look, no
Creeps.
And then we got back to the hotel. Like, now we'll be doing fucking Naples for 3 days. Now what are we supposed to do? Now we're fucking stuck in the hotel eating fucking food at the Best Western or in fucking Naples. We refused to leave the hotel. And they wouldn't get us. All the other places we went, like in Rome, they couldn't have been nicer at the hotel.
Right.
In Florence, they could have been nicer. All of the hotels, Venice, everywhere. Like, can I call you a cab? Do you want a brochure for a trip? Like, all these things. We ask at the front. They have no brochures for any trips.
Oh.
We asked about it, and they wouldn't give us information. And finally, they're like, if you want to have a trip with someone, we'll give you our driver. So our option was sit in the hotel, walk somewhere, take a cab somewhere. At this point, we're freaked out. This was like the first 2 hours we're in Naples. We do not want to. We don't want to go on our cab driver from the train station was from fucking Philadelphia. I can't.
That's funny.
What? We got in, and he's like, "Hi, you guys American?" I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, "Dude, are you from Philly?" He's like, "Yeah, I lived there for a while." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh my god. And he's probably hiding. It's my guess he's there hiding. Like mafia hiding.
Hiding with the family over
right?
there.
Yes. I mean, the guy was he's from Philadelphia. He spoke. I'm like, whoa. You are not from Italy, like at all. Philly. Anyway.
Did he know Italian?
Probably, but no. So the hotel made us use their guy, fucking Osvaldo. Fuck you, Osvaldo. We had to pay him. He couldn't speak any English until it was time to pay, and then of course he could speak total English. He drove us to Pompeii, and then some like tourist trap for lunch, like bullshit. And Pompeii is another place where, like, kind of like the Vatican, like it's withstood like how much you try to lean against something though, and they will tell you get off of it.
Oh.
Look, I had the bad back. I'm trying to lean on
they
some
will
shit.
Arrest
right? They're
you.
like, get off of it. It made it through all these years, through the fucking volcano.
You don't want to be the person.
fun.
You don't want to be the
Fucking
person
breaks
that
that, right?
knocks it over.
So we get back to the hotel, and we're like, now what? Like, now what? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, we have nothing else to do. And I got online and looked up. I want to say it was like Tours of Capri or something.
Oh.
And emailed them and was like, look, we're like stuck in our hotel in some dangerous part of town. What do you have for private tours? We're not sharing a fucking van with other people. What do you have? And we did a private food tour, which was worth every penny.
That's good.
That we paid. And they came, and the guy, I forget his name, nice guy too. And that's why we go, that's why Joe calls me wife. Joe and wife, because this guy
Joe and wife.
called us Joe and wife. And so in northern Italy, the woman always comes first.
Nice.
Like they open the door for you. But in southern Italy, and the closer you get to Sicily, the male figure is the one that's
Dominant.
prominent. So Joe got the door open for him, and it was always Joe and wife, Joe and wife, Joe and wife, and then that's
Joe and
why
wife.
he calls me wife. And then we're in public and people look at him. We were out one night and I won something at this raffle. And he's like, wife, you won. And this woman was like, did he just call you wife? I'm like, he did. Yes, he did. He did. Anyway, so we did this food tour of Sorrento because the waters were choppy, so we couldn't do like a little boat thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
every fucking time we go away and want to go out in the water, we're not able to for whatever reason. There's always bad water, whatever. So this guy took us on a fucking food tour.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
You had good
All
food.
we did was eat and drink the entire fucking day. I was like, it was
good
was
food.
amazing. Oh, it was so good. Anyway,
Did you go to people's homes or did you go to restaurants?
we did a tasting, and I wish you would have told me up front that like how much food was involved in the day, because we went to an olive oil place where they gave you like 30 little dishes of different kinds of olive oil and other stuff to dip bread in.
Right.
And so 30 little bites of bread adds up. Then we went and made our own pizzas. I dropped mine on the floor. Look. And with
Is
the
that
homemade
shocking?
wine.
Is that shocking?
And then we went to this little like picture like a little corner deli here,
Yeah.
like small little like in the city like corner deli. Excuse me, and it's like that only with wonderful like wonderful food.
Right.
The wife makes the homemade cookies and stuff.
Wife.
They don't speak any English. We're not speaking any Italian, but
you're
we are
pointing.
understanding food.
Yeah.
And we are understanding yes, the
Food.
arancinis, the rice balls, yes, those.
The universal
And
language.
the guy was making mozzarella balls in front of us. They were fucking stuffed. They
what?
pepperoni and meat in one, roasted red peppers in
Did you
one.
get those?
Oh my God, we're eating. I was making them and we're eating them. Like, oh my God, I was so sick by the end of the day. I was like so full. I'm like, I can't eat or drink anything else.
A lot of
And
salt,
we left
too.
with these homemade cookies, and we took them on the plane with us. Like I dug them out of my carry on, I put them in my purse or my carry on, whatever. They were in a nice plastic container with a lid. And then
What kind were they?
like little homemade like a sugar cookie kind of thing.
Did they use amaretto?
Yeah, I feel like they had a flavor to them. I can't remember.
I like the amaretto.
Like, you know when you go to like the Italian bakeries here, they have like the big thing of like the little cookies. Like,
Yeah.
They look like sugar cookies, but they're not all just plain like sugar
Yeah, no.
cookies.
I like the Italian cookies.
Oh, they're fucking good though. But yeah, we can't eat these. I can't fucking eat these. So they went on the plane with us the next day.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway,
snack.
so yeah, so they're my I've been almost
Creeps.
mugged
Creepers.
twice in my life story. Yeah.
Creepers.
Yeah. I let that fucker know he wasn't going to get me though.
Well, you did.
I did.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we're well past an hour now. So, aggressive bird. So happy Mardi Gras. And
Happy Mardi
by the
Gras.
time we're back, it'll be Lent. And I've already marked which days we have to have fish on every Friday starting next week. So I don't forget to schedule fish for dinner those nights. Usually Tuesday night is our fish dinner, but now it's going to be Fridays. We usually have it twice a week. Anyway, no one cares.
Oh, and time
Okay.
changes next weekend.
Does it already? Are
I
you
hate.
sure?
I hate the jumping forward in the spring. I know everybody loves it because it's light out longer at night.
Fuck that. I like the dark.
I it screws me up. That 1 hour lost fucks me up for like a good month. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
the fall back I'm good with. The springing
Yeah.
forward. Are you sure it's next weekend?
It's the 8th or 9th of March. Yeah,
Oh, Christ. Okay, here it comes.
whatever that Sunday is.
Oh, yeah, around the corner. Oh, God, I can just hear the extra hour of the basketball bouncing out front.
Ding. That's a
Christ.
nice sound. Boom, boom,
constant,
boom,
isn't
boom.
And next week, Gladys will be repaired, hopefully, and she will have on... Currently, Gertrude is wearing the St. Patrick's Day dress, so
Oh.
I'm not sure. She might be still in repair.
Why don't you
and
put her in
undressed.
spring outfit?
I have an Easter outfit. She might have to be in an Easter outfit. Look. Okay, so thank you so much for
Thanks.
tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.